Hello. Welcome to the Must Love Yarn podcast.
It is Thursday, September 7th.
This is the 7th already.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
yes, it is.
we are coming to you from Shelburne, Vermont. We are at our yarn store, Must Love Yarn.
Yes.
And we are typically a podcast about knitting, crocheting, spinning, making, doing events, festivals,
Yarns.
new yarn.
And occasionally some other random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't help ourselves.
Right.
So,
Because that's how we go.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly.
And you can find, did we talk about where they can find the store?
No, we can do
Okay.
that though.
Trying to get us back on track. Like, you'll see in the outtakes what was happening right before this. So, cool. You can find the store on all social media platforms as Must Love Yarn.
Yep.
So Facebook, Instagram, Ravelry, Twitter, YouTube, iTunes. We're everywhere.
Yeah, we don't know where you're watching us from because it used to always be either our website or YouTube.
But
YouTube.
YouTube. but now we're on iTunes.
We're now on iTunes,
With the
which is a combination of YouTunes.
Yes. With the exception of episode 11, episode 14, episode 28. I have no idea why the system won't take those episodes. And
It's protesting.
it's protesting. So, if you really want to watch those episodes, you'll have to watch them on iTunes. I mean, YouTube. I don't even know where I am.
Yeah.
So you can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins, and you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins.
And feel free to friend me or follow me on either of those platforms. Totally happy to.
Love to see all the projects everybody's
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
And those are like, especially a lot of the people I follow on Instagram. That
It's very dangerous.
The majority of their Instagram feed are their projects, which
Which is amazing.
which is the fun thing about Instagram.
It is because it's so visual and it's just pictures.
It's so different than Facebook, and I think that's why I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it's and people put a lot of thought into their pictures a lot of times on Instagram too.
Mm-hmm.
Like staging them almost, which is kind of neat because it's there's some really cool artsy things that and that's gonna drive me nuts.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make you stop doing that.
So
There we go.
Okay. Microphone
Sorry.
issues. me not so much. I'm just like, that's close enough. I'm just glad when I get pictures taken that don't have either a kid in them or kids' toys or an animal.
Pet hair.
Pet hair.
I'm like, oh look, there's another one.
Yeah. Look, there's one right there. No.
I know. Or my own hair. Like sometimes I've knit. When you're knitting.
Oh yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
So we're wearing a couple things. The weather is actually conducive to wear, though it's gotten a little warmer this afternoon. I'm probably going to have to shed the sweater.
I haven't been out since this morning.
It's like
and it
70.
was cool. Is it? Yeah. So I'm inside and the air conditioner kicked on a while ago because the sun was actually out for a few minutes and it's not right now. It's kind of cloudy again.
Yep.
But it's been really rainy.
So I'm wearing my Dark and Stormy cardigan. And we'll probably link to this stuff.
We did, and I have to look up the name of this because this. So you can keep talking about your beautiful Dark and Stormy.
It's the gray twin sisters today because we're both wearing this beautiful dark gray. So Dark and Stormy is a Thea Coleman pattern, and it is who's Baby Cocktails, and she names all of her patterns after drinks. So Dark and Stormy is an actual drink. It's very delicious. It's made with ginger beer and rum. It's delicious. But it's got nice cable detail on the front and a nice cable panel on the back. So for anyone who's participating in our cable along, would be a fantastic sweater for that.
And we'll link to it Angela's Ravelry page so you can see all the pictures of it.
The yarn I used is a merino silk blend. I don't know that I would recommend a yarn with this much drape for this particular sweater. I spend a lot of time fighting with the shawl collar because it won't stand up. The silk's too floppy. So I would probably recommend a merino or just a wool, solid wool, or some sort of wool blend that's not a silk, or alpaca would also have the same problems. Anything that's sort of floppy and drapey, you're not going to get the good stand up on the shawl collar. So
so I guess it depends on what you're looking for, and if you don't mind it being a little softer and and laying flat, then something like that would be fine. But if you want it to have more structure and really stand up and hold its shape, then
I would knit it out of a different yarn.
Yeah.
I love the yarn there, and it's beautiful. I bought it at Rhinebeck 5 or 6 years ago. Probably.
See, people do actually knit with a Rhinebeck yarn.
I do. I have. Truth.
Yeah.
It does happen. And I think the yarn, I want to say it's like, it's not, is it Bartlett Farms? It's in my project page.
Yeah, we'll link to it.
Yeah.
So I am wearing something that I did not knit. It's okay. I'm just modeling it. So
It does
fine
happen.
folks at home can see what we're wearing.
It's also woodwork for the cable along as well.
I know. That's why we wanted to show it, because it's knit out of a bulky yarn. Slight delay. You'll see the outtake
That
at
will
the
be
end.
totally edited out.
So I'm going to try not to catch my microphone again. That's what happened this last time. But this yarn, right here, it comes in a lot of colors. It's called Arlington, and it's from Talkie, Stacey Charles.
Okay.
And that's what this is knit out of. And it's a really nice, it's a alpaca merino and acrylic blend. And it's super soft. And if you've worked with the Alden before, they have the Alden, which is a DK weight yarn, which is really lovely as well. This is the Intrepid Cabled Capelet by Vera Keller Hum. And it's so funny because Christy Glass, I don't know if you guys watch Christy Glass on YouTube, but she does some great interviews with a lot of people in the industry. So she posted a picture on Instagram, I think it was this morning or recently anyway, saying, hey, did you guys know that I did the modeling for the Riverside collection, which this is a part of that collection. So there she is wearing it. So if you go to the Ravelry page, Christy's got it on.
Nice.
So that is this piece, and it's going to be a super quick knit, but it's cabled, so you could definitely get this done in time.
Yeah.
For Rhinebeck, and it would be super warm. So, but it's a nice piece because it is a capelet. It's your arms stay free to to use them, but at the same time, if you want to get all nice and cozy, you can tuck your arms up in and stay warm. And
they're really nice for those in between temperatures where it's maybe a little bit too hot to have a full blown sweater on.
Yeah.
But you just need something, which
Yeah.
is also why shawls are nice. But
because then it's not hugging your body, so your core temperature, you can keep a little cooler if you need to, but you just have a little bit of something over your arms and shoulders, so which is really cool. And there are a couple buttons. I'm trying not to hit my microphone too much. There's a couple buttons up here, and then the collar stays open, so the buttons don't go all the way up. It's meant to have the split in the collar so that it kind of sits like that.
It looks really nice.
Yeah. So there's two different cables. There's the thinner one here, and then this one over here.
Nice.
So yeah, they're really cute. So
Cute.
we got enough of that Alden so that we got this sample,
Nice.
which is kind of nice. So we do, just a little background, we do a lot of the samples in store ourselves, but on occasion, if we buy enough of a particular yarn, they have samples that are available that we can, some are free and some we pay a little bit towards the purchase of. So
Yep. Yes.
awesome. So
Nice.
we should talk about the new segment that we're going to add.
Yes.
We're going to be adding in a new segment, and it's probably a good one to do at the beginning of an episode, just so if people want to watch it and not have to, if your time is limited and you want to kind of catch good updates and the projects we're working on kind of at the beginning, and we'll save the chit-chat and whatnot towards the end. We're going to, it was Angela's brainchild, and it's a fabulous idea.
I called Kelly this morning and we were talking about it, and I said, that's it. I'm all out of good ideas. Too bad clients.
No, it was a great idea. I mean, when Angela and I get together, well, good things happen for you guys because we start brainstorming on things, and it's always fun to bounce ideas around with people that, have similar ideas to you.
So they're all screaming at the screen now. What is it? Just tell us. So
I'll let Ange tell you.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start doing a pick of the week, and it's probably gonna be like a pattern yarn combination, or maybe a new yarn or something along those lines. And if it's yarn that we carry here in the store, we are going to offer a discount if you buy it after that segment. So usually that special would run for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And we're going to give you a code that you can use in the online store, and if you put in that discount code, it will take the 10% off immediately. And our code for this week is weeklypick55, and I'll put that down at the bottom. And if you're local, we're not going to do it in store. It's going to be online only. So my recommendation is, if you'd like to take advantage of it, you can go to the online store, order the item, and then just choose in-store pickup. And that will allow you to do the discount. Yep. So that's our new shtick. And we may not do yarn every week. It may be something random like, hey, this new book I read, or this new podcast I'm listening to, or something along those lines.
But chances are pretty good it's probably going to be some yarn in there, because if we each do a pick of the week,
somebody will have some yarn. So that's our new segment.
So it's just like a little thank you for you guys.
Thanks for watching.
And just a little something we can give back. I know 10% isn't huge, but it's something.
We'll cover shipping.
Cover shipping.
At least.
and thank you guys to everybody who ordered after the last podcast. I think the cowl kit was a big hit. We sold a lot of those, and it's so buttery soft that I think
amazing.
All of you who have that on the way,
I hope you are enjoying it.
Love it. So. All those orders went out on Tuesday, so you should be getting it soon if you don't have it already.
Okay.
I know.
Nice.
It's awesome.
So what's your pick of the week?
So my pick of the week, I saw this pattern on Instagram, of course, because that's where I tend to see a lot of my things that I really find interesting. And it's not a yarn we carry, but what I did is I picked out a yarn that we do carry that would work well for this. The pattern is actually a free pattern, which is amazing because it is stunning. And the pattern is by Blacker Yarns, and they use their Shetland DK yarn for this pattern. And the pattern is called Carradine Hill Jumper, and it's so nice. So I'll link to it so you guys can have a better shot of this. But it's just this really gorgeous cable-y sweater. So if you want to use it for the cable along, you can. It's going to be quite a bit of time involved because, the whole thing, the back and the front are actually cabled. So it would be a lot of time, but, if somebody has time and they want to do it, it's cabled, so it counts. But I just thought it was really, really lovely. The shape of the sweater is very basic. It's a little bit more form-fitting, but not really tight. And it has quite a few different cables that they use in the design. So it's really lovely. And it really caught my eye. And I don't know if it's one that I would do right away. It's one of those things that, it's going to be a huge time commitment. But it's really lovely. And I thought I would just share that with you guys because I know cables and textures are really hot this fall. You're going to see a lot of that. Even just pieces like this where it's a big bulky piece, they're using, a lot of cables in this fall. So the yarn that I picked out, so this is one of the ones that'll be 10% off for you guys with the coupon code, is the Prairie Spun DK by Brown Sheep Company.
Nice.
This color is Owl Gray, and I also brought over, this is a new one we just got in, that I have to get into the system. It's called Dark Cedar, and it's a really lovely, and it's showing up, it's kind of dark. It's a really deep, kind of rusty red. But we've got quite a few colors, so not just these two colors will be in the discount, any of the Prairie Spun, when you use that discount code, will be 10% off. So there's a really lovely indigo blue, there's a lighter gray, and a natural cream color, black. There's quite a few. So those are the ones that we have in stock, and it's on in-stock items for the discount.
Yep.
So, take a peek at that, and I've linked that in show notes, so you'll be able to find this right away, and the one that Angie's going to show you, you'll be able to find right away too.
Yep. So. All right. So my pick of the week, I've been eyeballing this pattern for a really long time. So I think I'm actually going to make this. Probably going to be casting it on very soon. The pattern is called Wanda Estelle. It's by Debbie Stone.
So pretty.
It's a poncho. We'll see how good that shows up.
It's hard to see the detail with the, because it's knit in dark yarn. So,
but there is a. Let me see which one. That one might show up pretty good. A close up of the.
and we can we'll link
the cable.
to this too.
There's
That's
a
really
cable
pretty.
along the edge, and the rest of it's just stockinette. It's knit in out of worsted weight yarn. It is a $6 pattern on Ravelry. It takes 800 yards of worsted weight yarn, and my yarn pick for this is Jaeger spun.
Jagger spun. They're in Maine. They're not German.
Okay.
Jagger spun.
Jagger spun.
Yep, it's a Maine-based mill, yarn mill.
It's 100% wool. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to make mine out of this really nice light gray.
It's pretty.
I probably would have picked the dark gray, but I had a dark gray sweater on today, so I was like, you probably don't need more dark gray. If my math is correct, and please do your own math, don't trust mine, you would need 5 skeins of this, well, 4.8 to make the 800 yards. So 5 skeins. It retails for $12.99 a skein. So it's a very affordable project.
Yeah.
Very affordable. And it comes in, I brought one because generally I don't put this stuff away, so because I'm that person. It comes in all of these beautiful colors.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the purple. I know, can you believe I didn't pick the purple? I thought about
You've
it.
done a lot of purple lately, so
I have.
You need something that you can wear with your other purple things. So.
Exactly. A purple, the natural color, like a nice tan color, red, teal, dark gray, really beautiful blue, and these are all kind of heathered, have a heathered look to it. So this blue has like a bunch of different shades and tones in there. They're gorgeous.
They're really pretty.
So that's my pick this week.
Sweet.
Sweet. So
yeah, be sure to use that coupon if you've been looking for. Both of these are 100% wool. They're not a superwash wool. And I know a lot of people are kind of going back to that. They're, using the superwash for things
Certain
that they,
things.
need.
Baby
but,
stuff.
A lot of people who are doing sweaters lately are doing non-superwash wools.
Yeah.
Which I tend to hand wash everything anyway, so.
I do too. In fact, I actually just washed the sweater, which is part of the reason why I'm wearing it, because I took it off the drying rack this morning.
So, yeah.
So
those are our weekly picks
Yeah.
for this week. So check them out. Use the coupon code if you're interested, and we'll have another one. I don't know if we're recording next week or not, because I'm going to be.
Oh yeah, we'll have to see
if we can squeeze one in.
We'll see if we
early,
can
but-
squeeze one in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if not next week, then 2 weeks.
Mhm.
And that coupon code is good for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So it'll end on the 22nd, which is 2 Fridays.
2 Fridays. Yep. So we have a few finished objects.
I've got 1 and you've got 2.
I've like 1.9.
I've got a quasi one too that I can show.
Okay. Do you want? I'll go.
Okay.
Just keep talking. So I finished my shorty socks. Yay! Boop, 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 boop,
Awesome.
boop. And they see clearly I was washing things. They're blocked.
Nice.
So they're all done, ready for my feetses.
Very bright and cheery.
Yes, I'm very, very happy, very excited. I think I'm gonna make some more shorty socks because they go really fast, and then I feel really accomplished that I got something done.
Nice.
So,
Cool. I like them.
thank you. Me too. I get a lot of wear out of my other pair of shorty socks, so I'm glad to
Yeah.
have a second pair.
So I have something that should have been done a while ago, but I finally I cranked out the last sleeve.
It's raining again.
Oh my goodness, it's
Oh,
really
jeez.
raining.
Okay. Well,
And it's all done, blocked. I put the buttons on this morning.
yay! So cute.
This is the I Heart Rainbow sweater by Tin Can Knits.
It's so cute.
And I used Wonderland Yarns, the Cheshire Cat. It's a fingering weight sweater. It's knit on size 2s. That's why it took a little bit of time. But it's adorable, and I'm really happy. And I just did some kind of plain smaller brown buttons because the buttonholes are really tiny, and because they have to sit so closely together, I didn't want them, I didn't want to do anything. The sweater on its own is cute enough that I didn't feel like I had to do like super cute buttons.
Right.
And then they just worked well. The tone of the brown was the same as what I used in the sweater, so I really liked it.
You also got all those ends woven in.
All the ends are woven in, yep, and it's all blocked and cute, and yep. So I know some people like to see the inside of the sweater, so I'll show that real quick. I won't turn the sleeves inside out, but ta-da! There it is.
So cute.
So that is done, and I gotta get it sent off to the recipients, and that'll be all ready.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So my 0.9 finished object is the sweater, the dancing bear sweater that I was working on.
Yes, it's very close.
The knitting's done. It's been blocked. It's still kind of drying because I always forget that cotton takes longer, so the bears are actually done out of a cotton to dry. The merino parts I'll dry.
Yeah.
It's just the color work that hasn't dried yet. And then it needs, I think what I'm going to do is put ribbon, but I think I'm going to put it on a lot of times I put it on the inside. I think I'm actually going to put it on the outside so it actually sort of shows a little bit as a design feature. And then it needs buttons sewn on. I picked out these cute little red buttons with a white edging on them.
That's really cute.
So, and then it will need to also get shipped off to the recipient. So I may not have it when we record next to show you the final button product.
But we'll have
but I'll have pictures. So I know you guys love listening to me talk about when I mess stuff up.
No, it's actually, it's so funny. Whenever I'm listening to or watching podcasts, I like hearing about what they did because sometimes people have to come up with creative solutions of working around if they're not going to have to pull back or whatever. So it's really kind of interesting, and you learn best from your mistakes,
So I messed up my color work.
Not really.
I did.
It was only, like 2 stitches?
2 stitches. And really, at the point in which I discovered it, I could have ripped back and fixed it, but I was not going to do that. So what happened was this little bear down here on his foot.
Darn that little bear.
Little bear. I started the foot stitches over too far. I'm pretty sure what happened was I was working on this and I was talking, and so I was only half paying attention to the chart.
And that's never messed anybody up, ever.
Never. Because I remember a couple weeks ago we were all like, oh yeah, once you get the color chart set up, it's like you don't even hardly have to look at the chart, blah blah. Because this is the end of the chart, right?
Maybe you should have been using the giant one across the room.
That probably would have helped. So I closed little Mister's foot with just a couple of duplicate stitches.
Yeah.
Because in the end, it wasn't worth it to pull it all the way out. And you know what? You can't even tell.
Nope, you can't at all.
You can't tell that it messed up.
Nope.
Nope.
Not one bit.
Nope. And I, of course, strategically took a whole bunch of pictures before I did the duplicate stitch, not showing the bear's foot. I think I might have one. I'll just circle it at some point and be like, can you see the mistake?
Yeah.
So, but there it is. Cute little dancing bears.
They lined up really well on the sweater, too.
They did. They did. Good job, Kel.
Had nothing to do with me. I just copied the chart over.
I did decide to do a couple little rows of the color work on the sleeves just to kind of tie the whole thing together.
That's cute.
It was a whole text conversation on Saturday with Kelly.
It was.
What do you think I should do?
So I have one other thing. It's a quasi-FO, and actually probably when I get... So this is some homework that I had to do for the retreat that I'm...
What's that?
I will show it to you after.
Sorry.
What's that? Magpie, Angela.
I know, right?
So this, I'm doing Franklin Habit's, what's it? Snip and zip class. Cool. It's a steeking and zipper class. And so I had to knit this swatch, and I haven't blocked it yet, and it doesn't say to in the directions, but I'm going to, because it's going to make it much easier for when I have to do the snipping. So it's fun. It's just a little checkerboard pattern with some cool color work. So that's it. I use the wool stock because it's a non-superwash wool, which you want for steeking.
Yep.
And yeah, it's going to be fun.
I can't wait to hear all about your classes when you get back.
Yeah, I've got a little bit more homework to do because I'm doing Susan B. Anderson's sheep class.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to do the belly of the sheep before I go. But other than that, it's not going to take long at all.
Cool.
So I'm almost done for that, and I have to get together all the rest of my supplies so that I'm ready to go because I head out a week from today.
Cool. Super exciting.
I know.
I'll be here at the store with shenanigans. So pop in, say hi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm still. This is the first I've actually worked on this shawl in a week because I was trying to finish that sweater and the socks. So I don't. It only counts because I'm working on it right now. But I did start another project.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. I started it yesterday. So this was. Where did it go? Wah, 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 wah. Too many bags.
Mm-hmm.
The bag lady over here.
I know, Angela and my bag. So we each have like a big
Giant
tote bag, and then we've got like a whole bunch of project bags in them. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I'm working on a project for a friend of mine who is someone who really appreciates knit. She's a knitter herself, but she said this project was too advanced for her, so she asked me if I would make it for her. And I was happy to oblige.
Wow, you've gotten far on this.
Yeah, you know what? Mittens are fast. So I'm making mittens. And what I am doing is I'm using the bobble hat pattern by Donna Smith.
This was the Shetland Wool Week hat that was so popular. What, 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah.
So here's a picture of what I'm doing. So this is from Simply Plain's project page. And what she did was she used the bobble hat chart and then wrote up her notes for the mittens. And so I'm just following her recipe, mitten recipe with what she did. Donna Smith did come out with an actual mitten pattern herself using the bobble.
Yeah.
But her mitten pattern put the sheep up here.
Oh, okay.
And this person wanted the sheep down there. And I actually kind of like the sheep down lower. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I could have just gotten the bobble mitten pattern and followed that. But
that's cute.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I'm using the wool stock, which is really super fun to work with.
That's become like one of my go-to worsted weight yarns now. It's just such a versatile, soft, but still woolly yarn. I really like it.
Yeah, so the little black faces are the only thing that's not. The wool stock, I just had some black worsted hanging around my house, like you do, if you're a knitter. So I'm just kind of cruising along. This is the first one. I've got the little thumb gussets over here. It's not even really a gusset. It's just a hole.
Yeah.
It doesn't because of the color work. You're not really doing the gusset increases.
Gotcha.
But the hole's pretty big, so
it
should be fine. And I did for podcast viewers. I did go with the purple or the glow in the dark skeleton bag. And in my defense, it's because the inside is purple. So it's out of the bag. Nobody's getting it. It's already covered in cat hair.
The bag's out of the bag.
The bag is out of the bag. So this is Utterly Adorable Knits. And her bags they're great. She does these Japanese knot bags. She also does some other drawstring bags and some zipper bags.
Nice.
And it's very well constructed. The fabrics are cool. And so then I have the other two that one of them will also be donated for Knit Along Prize. So I'm still just trying to decide that one.
Cool.
Nice. So and I can fit it's a little tight. This is probably the wrong project bag for this. There's like 4 skeins of yarn in there, and the project, and the chart.
They're 50 gram skeins, so they're not.
Well, the white one's 150 gram skein,
okay.
so it's
That's
really
why
like 6 skeins of like yarn.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, it's, you know, it's kind of cool. You know, this stuff's kind of hooks out the top, but that's okay. It's just in another bag, because I have bags and bags in
Sweet.
bags.
So I ended up, the most amazing Carol, who works here and is our dear friend,
Yes.
she gave me the best birthday present anyone could give me, which is time off.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, when you have stuff, you know, having time to use your stuff and enjoy time with friends and things like that is really a great gift.
Yeah.
So she gave me the day off on Monday, which was my birthday.
Yep.
And
Happy birthday, Kelly.
and it was great. We ended up going to the Lake Monsters game, which is the same team we went to for our Stitch and Pitch, and because they their last game was actually on
Tuesday night.
Tuesday before playoffs, but they actually got into playoffs.
So they'll be playing again on Saturday.
They're playing again this weekend. But their regular season ended on Tuesday.
And oh my God, guess who she ran into at the game?
It was so funny. So, so we had tickets to go, and so it was me and my husband and my parents were there. And I said to Bob, it was so funny. I was like, I bet you anything we're gonna see Ange and her family there, because they go quite a bit too. You know, it's a really super family friendly event that you can go to. There's tons of kids that go, and they do a lot of activities for kids, which is really fun. And it's just a lot of fun to go. It's a really friendly environment, and it's, you know, I like watching baseball. I love watching sports live. I'm not as big of a fan watching them on TV, just because I don't know. I'll watch football on TV, but that's about it. I will watch some baseball, but I like football on TV. So anyway, getting off topic. So yeah, so we went. It was actually ended up being a double header, and so they ended up doing 7-inning games.
Yep.
And I only stayed for the first one because
That's true.
we bought a ton of great food that we were going to go home and cook for our birthday dinner.
Yay.
And so by the time the first game got over, it was a little bit slow considering it was only 7 innings. It
went till like 4 or 4:30.
Yeah, it was after 4 o'clock by the time it was over, and it started at 1:05, which is kind of long for 7 innings.
Yeah.
But anyway, they ended up losing the first game. I heard they won the second game though, so that was good. But it was so funny. So I was sitting there, and I ended up knitting quite a bit through that. And then Tuesday, Bob and our anniversary was actually yesterday. So we've been married for 14 years now.
Nice.
And but we knew we were both going to be busy yesterday, so we did anniversary observed on Tuesday. So Bob took the day off with me because I usually have Tuesdays off. And we ended up going down to Manchester, Vermont. So there's a lot of fun stuff to do down in Manchester. And, you know, there's I don't know, you guys probably heard of Orvis. It's an outdoors kind of store. So we went there, and then we had lunch at a really great little Thai restaurant down there. It was so good. Oh, my God. I got the pad see ew, and it was so good.
Yum.
Anyway, and then we went to the Le Creuset store. There's a Le Creuset store down there, and we love cooking. I mean, we don't go out very often because we really enjoy cooking, and we treated ourselves. We hadn't bought each other anything for our anniversary, so we treated ourselves to a couple pieces of Le Creuset cookware.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so so for us, I mean, that was just
You're like, perfect
fun.
day.
It was perfect.
Day.
So it's about 2 hours down and then 2 hours back. So I actually knit in the car. So I pulled something that I hadn't pulled out for a while just because I've been working on a lot of other things. But it's perfect car knitting, perfect baseball field knitting.
Yeah.
So this is my long way of saying I actually pulled out my socks and started working on my socks again.
Yay!
So I had just basically gotten through the heel the last time I had touched these, and which was great because then all I had to do is just pick up, and I'm working on the cuff. So these were toe-up socks, 2 at a time. This is the One Twisted Tree 93 Diagon Alley, and they're just some vanilla socks that I'm doing. I did the OMG heel on these. which was the first time I had done it, and it was so long ago that I don't remember how I did it, but I know it went really smoothly, and it was a easy pattern to do. So these are fun. They're coming out micro stripes, which is a lot of fun.
So, and that's actually, for reference, it's the same type of yarn that this is, so you can tell how different Kelly and my gauge is, because I'm getting flashing with that, and not, I get the micro striping down here when the stitches are less or more, but not in the foot. She's getting micro stripes all the way through.
Yep.
Same yarn.
So it's really fun. So
different colorway, but same yarn.
Yeah. It's not showing up very well, but it's really, really bright because it's getting kind of, the light, I guess, a little bit weird today just because it keeps going from so dark to so bright.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they're a lot of fun. So now I just, because I'm knitting toe up, I can use as much of this. I love that. Look at how
I know,
cool
that's
that looks.
awesome looking.
So I can use as much of this as I want. I can just kind of keep going until I get close to running out, and that'll be a lot of fun. So it's a great, project for car, or just like waiting for an appointment or something like that.
On hold on the phone.
Yeah. So I love having a project like that going, something like socks or a hat or something where I can just pick it up and put it down easily.
Yep.
So I got like 1.5 or almost 2 inches done on those.
Yeah, cool.
Made a little progress on that.
Nice.
And that's about the only active knitting I have going at the moment. So.
But you're getting ready to, you're going to start, you've got a project that's coming along, right?
I've got a project, on the books. So it's a knit along. So it's a mystery knit along, and I can't start it until I'm given the first set of instructions. And it is, I'm going to do the Stephen West mystery knit along, which I actually haven't done any of his. Have I done any of his? I don't think I've actually done any of them while they've been active. I think I've done some of the projects after the fact. But,
okay.
So I'm going to do, coming up September 29th is the release of the first clue of the Speckle and Pop mystery knit along, shawl knit along, or usually what he does, the shawls. So it takes a lot of yarn.
It's another like 5 skein, 6 skein kind of, or is it bits and bobs of a whole bunch of different stuff?
3 full-size skeins of yarn of fingering weight.
Okay. And
5 pops of color that you need. I think it's right around 100 yards of, so a little less than 100 yards.
Okay.
Of. So I have picked out my colors.
Woo!
This is my acquisition for this week, and I'm sorry for the big giant plastic bag, but I wanted to keep them all together. See, look at how fun that is.
Look at all that yarn.
Fun.
Holy smokes.
And we do have some more colors of, so I picked, we talked about both of these colors before, but we hadn't shown all of them. I'm using the Primrose, the Sophia MCN base, and I'm using the Gisa and Flow. So, and we're going to show some more Primrose here coming up. So you need 3 big skeins, and you need them to be sort of work in a fade together, so you need kind of a light, medium, and dark.
Okay. And the speckle. Hence
and the speckle. So these are the 3 that I'm doing, which I think will be good together. So this one has a lot more color on it. It's not necessarily dark, but it's got a lot of color on it. So this is Funhouse. So it's got lots of bright, fun colors. This one is Flashdance. Yes, I am a child of the 80s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then this is Bird Set Free, which I love this skein. It's got all these soft pinks and like aquas in it, and I really like this just on its own too, but then I thought it would work really well as the lighter color of these.
Yeah. So
I'm hoping that there's enough difference between, obviously because it's a mystery knit along, you don't know exactly what it's going to look like. So I'm hoping there's enough. Between these 2, there's plenty of contrast between these 2. I don't know if there's enough. I think there will be, because depending on how you turn this middle one, there's a lot more lighter shades in it. So if I turn it like that, you can see there's quite a bit more contrast. And then for my little colors, so I don't have a lot of solid fingering weight in just small quantities.
Yeah.
So I ended up grabbing these little Gisa and Flow skeins, which this is the ultra fine merino, and so, and they're small skeins. They're 25 grams, and I think they're about just under 100 yards. They're 90 meters.
So perfect.
So it's like the exact perfect amount.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick these on my fingers.
Perfect.
So those are the 5 that I'm
Yarn
using.
fingers.
Yarn fingers.
Instead of chicken fingers, we
I
have
know,
yarn
right?
fingers.
Look at that.
I think that's going to be the title of our,
Yarn
of our episode, Yarn Fingers.
So these are the 5 I'm using, and these. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
Nice.
So I was reading the description though, and he said to use like, you know, if you do these in neutrals, then you can have your bright pops in brighter colors, or do vice versa. And I'm like, they're not, none of them are neutral, so I'm hoping that they're gonna show up enough. Like this kind of light green, there's quite a bit of it in my dark one. So like there you can see that there's a lot of that same
green
color.
Yeah.
But this like really bright blue, this really bright corally pink, and this tangerine orange color, there's not really a lot of that in there. So I think they'll, you know, or they're really bright. So I think they'll stand out more. So I'm hoping that will work. And I was looking at, they made up kits to sell through Stephen and Penelope,
Okay.
which is part of the store he's part of in Amsterdam. And I was looking at some of the colorways, and a lot of theirs, there's some similar colors in their minis that are in their mains.
Okay.
So I think it'll work.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do. So on September 29th, I'll get the first clue, and then for 4 weeks, there's 4 clues, and each Friday you'll get the next one. So you get your last one like right before Rhinebeck. So I won't have it done in time to wear to Rhinebeck, but I'll have a project that I'll be working on. But I'm really curious to see, because this is a lot of yarn.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It's a ton of yarn.
So, and he always does, that's the thing that I really, really love, is he is so good at construction.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, like I usually don't go for like really bright wild colors like this, but because it's a Stephen West pattern, I kind of like wanted to pay homage to his bright loud personality, which it's so funny because he's not, I mean, he is when you see him, he is, but he's like very soft spoken, like really really super sweet guy.
Yeah.
So so I thought I'd do something fun for it because it's a Stephen West pattern.
Yeah.
Why not?
So is this. So I'm not paying homage with my very muted.
But
minty,
you know, it's so
minty
fun
green.
because I've seen examples where he's done both and used both, and like he's gone through such a transition from where he started to where he is, and
like this one's definitely one of his earlier patterns.
Yep. And I mean, I really love how he's kind of pushing the envelope with
he does push the
technique
envelope.
and design and
color
elements that are unexpected. And so it's fun, and I'm really, it's funny, whenever I do a knit along, I'm really good about keeping up with them. So it makes me really good about finishing the project because I'm like, oh, I want to get to the end of this so that I
can do the next clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so it's a good thing for me, and maybe I should just set harder deadlines for myself.
Stick to more mystery knit alongs.
Yeah, right? I know, and then I'll get stuff done. Well, I mean, I am getting stuff done. I've had a few, at least I've been having some finished objects to show you guys. So that's what is kind of on my radar for, obviously it doesn't start for a few weeks, but that's what's on my radar.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, here's the picture, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. So we have, we mentioned last week that we had a giant order of Primrose.
Yes,
that
we did.
showed up.
Yes, we did.
Which we are very excited about.
Yes, we are.
So we're going to show you some of the Cully just showed you some of the colorways.
I did show you some of them, and the ones that I have pulled out here are not even
It's a fraction.
Yeah,
So.
there is a very small, I'm just trying to pull all the bases together. These are the same. That's
a single.
That's that one. That's that one. These are singles.
Okay.
So we have 3 different bases that we brought in. We've got the Jasper DK, we've got the Sophia, which is the MCN fingering weight, and then we also have the Adelaide singles, which is the fingering weight. So we've got 2 fingering weights and a DK. So I've got some of the DKs here. This is Flash Dance again. This is on the DK. So it's really kind of pretty pinks and purples.
And now you can also see how different colorways go from base to base. So it doesn't always translate across.
Absolutely.
In the same way.
It can be very different. This is Hotel California, which I really like.
Yep. And a lot of these colorways are new for the fall.
Yep. This is Bay Bay.
I like that.
Which I like. Actually,
I like those two together.
Here I go with my microphone again. I like those 2 together. They'd be fun in something together.
Yeah, they would.
And then I really like this one too. This is different than the others. And this one is called Bad Apple. And it's really pretty. It's like a purpley red, and there's some bright
Orange.
pops of rusty orange in there. Yeah, I really, really like that one. It's a great fall color. So yeah, she's got a lot of great pattern support coming out for her yarns.
Yep. So I have the Sophia MCN. This one is House of Cards. So it's a nice like red, purpley, a little bit of green. I don't know anybody who would like that yarn. This one is
Sorcery.
Sorcery.
It's like a really pretty purpley blue.
Really good together. Look at that.
Yeah,
it's all fancy.
Really pretty.
And
I love that one.
This one, which is Witching Hour, is very adequately named.
So it's got grays and blacks and greens and
a little bit of
rusts
red
and
some purple,
orange, and
it's a really kind of cool.
It's very muted, but it still has the little surprising bits of color in there too, which is a lot of fun.
Do it with a purple.
So we've got lots of colors, and they're all up on the website, so take a peek if you guys have ever wanted to do some primrose.
Yep.
Or if you're in the area, pop in the store, because a lot of people like being able to see the colors in person. Yep. So this is the Adelaide singles. This is Astrology, which is a really lovely deep purple with that really bright pops of pink in there. That's really, really pretty. There's actually, we've got a few of these that we've sold. There's another color that goes with this that actually there's a few of them that work in a fade really well together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're really pretty. I had somebody buy a shawl quantity already. This is Electric Watermelon.
Ooh.
This one is so funny. It's the really
Super
brightest one on the wall. So this is the one that like really pops out if you see the whole wall together. So that's a really pretty kind of pinky peachy neon color. And then I love the name of this one because when you see it, you're like, yeah, it does look like that. This is Grumpy Jello. I love it. I love it. It's perfect.
Oh.
And then the last one I pulled out, the name is so cute. This is called Squeaky.
Squeaky.
It's a really pretty soft kind of pinky color with little gold tones and speckles in here. Really pretty. I like that a lot. So check out that. We'll link it in show notes so that you guys can find all of those bases easily.
Yep.
And then you can peruse the colors if you're interested. So yeah, that's the primrose that we've got.
Nice. And there's still more fall yarns, a
little bit more coming in, yeah. Yeah, and I've got to reorder the Regia. Oh my gosh, that flew out of here. I think I think there's only a couple skeins left. So
amazing.
We'll probably reorder some of the colors we had before, the ones that were really popular, and then bring some others. And there's a lot of the different Perfect lines, which are really fun for people who want to have matching socks.
Yep.
So keep an eye out for that. We'll definitely let you guys know when it does come in. We'll announce it here so that you can check all those out. But yeah, fall is so fun. I mean, it's one of my most favorite times of year. Like spring and fall, I love that like really change in the season feel. So you never know what you're gonna get for day to day, and but it's also like when all the fall yarns start coming in, it's like a knitter's Christmas, really.
Oh, absolutely. And the weather starts to turn, so you want to wear your knits, you want to be knitting more.
Sit inside and knit. And Yep. So, and football starts.
Football starts tonight, Thursday
It
night.
does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Very exciting.
And we're in, what? New England.
Go Giants. That's all I'm saying. Bob and I will take you down.
Whatever. We're going to start some rivalries, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
So we've got
We got the Rhinebeck bus.
big Rhinebeck bus, which is starting to fill up.
It
So
is actually.
yeah, all of a sudden in the last couple of weeks, I think now that school's kind of back in, people are seeing what their schedules are doing.
Yep.
So it's really starting to fill up. So if it was something that you're interested in, do be sure to sign up for that, because I think it's gonna keep filling even quicker
Yep.
as we go.
Yep. So if it's something you want to do, make sure you get your spot, because once the seats are gone, they're gone.
Yeah, so we've got the one bus that's going down, and we also need to count for tickets. So I'm probably going to have to do a cutoff at some point. I think I can do it up to about 2 weeks out. So you've definitely got the month of September, or until the seats fill.
Yeah.
So, but they've been filling really quickly this last week
or
actually.
so, yeah.
Because it's more than half full now.
Yes.
And we've gotten quite a few in the last few days anyway. So so definitely check that out. So it's leaving on Saturday morning, the 21st of October at 7 a.m. It's about a 4-hour ride down, so lots of knitting time if you can knit in a moving vehicle. And then we're due to arrive there about 11 o'clock. So you'll have almost the entire day. So you'll be there from 11 to 5, which is tons of time to see lots of the stores and the demos and everything. So, and then the bus will load back up about 5 o'clock and come on back home. You'll get home back here about 9 o'clock. So another 4 hours of knitting on the way home.
Yep.
Or sleeping, because it's a long day.
It is a long day.
But it's tons of fun. So it's $75. That includes your bus ticket down. It includes your ticket into the festival, and it also includes a light breakfast for you too.
And maybe some other goodies
Yeah,
that we're still working on.
yeah, we're putting together some fun stuff. So that's that. We also have a Rhinebeck knit along and crochet along that's happening, which we've mentioned a couple times already.
Like cable along.
Because we're doing a cable along. It can be any object that has, as long as it has cables on it. So it can be mitts, it can be hats, it can be a capelet, it can be a shawl, it can be a sweater, whatever it is.
I suppose a headband or a belt would work.
Dog coat.
Yeah, whatever.
So, and you can enter more than once. You get additional entries if you use yarn that you purchased here. Just let us know
with the finished object.
Yep. And you can enter, did I say you can enter multiple times?
Yeah.
You can. And you will also get extra entries if you post a picture of yourself wearing your piece, accessory, garment, whatever you end up making the weekend of Rhinebeck, whether it's at Rhinebeck or whether you just are wishing you were at Rhinebeck. You can post that.
And even more bonus entries if you're here and you post a picture with me in it, which means you came to the store.
There you go. Awesome.
How's that?
Because that's Angela. She can do what she wants. I like it. That's part of her. When the cats are away, the mice will play. Awesome.
Yeah.
So what else do we have? Do we have anything else?
No, but I think we are going to do a primrose along when this
that's
cable
right.
along wraps up. So look for that to start towards the end of October. So get your primrose yarn. I think all of the patterns for the fall line should have been released by then.
I think most of them. There might be a few that come up right before the holidays, but the knit along for Rhinebeck ends on the 22nd, which is the Sunday of Rhinebeck, and then we might maybe what we'll do is just take a week to kind of process
We'll
all
start
of
it
the
November
entries,
1st.
and we'll start the Primrose along November 1st.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And maybe we'll run that through the end of the year.
Yeah. November and December. And we might throw another, I think we mentioned a little like gift along kind of
Yeah.
thing in December as well.
Yeah.
For a break. So
For little quick things. So if you want to do ornaments or mug cozies or, quick little things.
coasters.
Coasters. Yeah. And we're talking about maybe limiting it to something under 50 grams.
Yeah.
So just because
Why
then
not?
then you can whip something up quick and
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. So so we'll start the Primrose along November 1st. So if you happen to go to Rhinebeck,
and you see Kelsey.
Primrose is there.
Yep.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So what I need to do is I need to bring in my 2 skeins of Primrose yarn that went with the 1 skein that I used in my faded sweater
Oh.
and match it to some of these,
something new.
a third new skein.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need to do.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know there's some really pretty colors. I've been pretty good so far. I got at least see the stuff I did get. I have a project in mind for.
Mhm.
There's some that I was looking at. I'm like,
The question is whether Kelly gets a new shiny between now and the 29th when the Mystery Knit Along starts.
I know.
Stay tuned to find out.
I'm gonna be try to be really good, and I can have you guys hold me to this. I'm gonna try to finish up some stuff that is been languishing for a long time. I've got one thing but it's a store thing.
That's
I
my
actually already started.
okay Kelly face.
I know. Yeah, she was giving me a little smirk over there. Yeah, I know. But I got that baby blanket I want to finish, and Bob asked me about his sweater the other day, and
Yeah.
I got some.
You know
other
it's a
stuff.
bad sign when he's asking you about his sweater.
He does every once in a while, and I feel really bad, but yeah. Must be not that bad though.
Yeah. Clearly not bad enough to start working on a sweater.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but I think that kind of, I don't know what we're at for
Yeah,
time.
we're
close to an hour.
Yeah.
But of course there's some outtakes of there of me like whipping the camera around.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. Sorry if anybody gets whiplash from that.
Yeah, so if you get motion sickness, you don't watch the outtakes.
Don't watch the outtakes.
There'll be us giggling in the background as the camera goes winging around. Because I caught the microphone wire.
Yeah.
And at the very beginning, we were just like laughing hysterically anyway.
Yeah. So that'll go in the
Anyway.
outtakes too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I didn't know if we were going to be able to salvage it because I kept looking at you and just started cracking up.
We pulled it together. You're welcome. So for any new viewers, thank you for coming by. It is always like this. And for returning viewers, you know, thanks for coming back to
We
hang with us
appreciate
for
you.
another week. We do appreciate you.
We like having you as part of our
And I
little
love
online knit group.
All of the comments.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's so
it's
fun.
so much fun to read
It
them.
really is. So keep the comments. We love reading comments.
And hello to Darn Yarn MN, who's actually in Wisconsin. Yeah,
Maybe they're from Wisconsin before.
maybe. But hi, she loved that I had her little peekaboo bag.
Oh.
Yeah, the bacon bag.
Very cool. Oh, that's
Yeah.
very cool. Nice.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm like, where does that sound familiar? And then you said that. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
right. That's that cool little project bag you got that had the little window in it.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yeah.
very cool.
So she watches the podcast. So hi.
Aw, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. I know we've gotten some new viewers lately, so thank you guys
Yes.
for
Checking us
subscribing. We're almost at 300, which is fun.
And I have got to figure out how to go check out on. I think I can check the same thing for iTunes, but like how many people
For
have
the viewership,
subscribed
yeah.
or viewership and stuff. But
That's cool. Oh, we are going to Vermont Sheep and Wool.
yes, Sunday.
We're going on Sunday, which tends to be a little bit lighter of the 2 days. And we usually do the podcast or meetup on Saturday, so we'll be there for that. But
Because somebody's got to the store.
yeah, and I know I gotta get the class. We are gonna have new class. I don't think that's gonna happen because this week just got
Crazy.
yeah. We are like almost at, our needles were getting so low. I had to do this huge needle order yesterday,
And they'll be here probably Monday and then.
or when I leave
Or
and
tomorrow. Oh, right. Oh, ew.
Yeah.
No.
I know, right?
Colin
Yeah,
reinforced.
there's like 500 pieces in that order, so. Anyway, so
in which Angela volunteers to never work in the store again. Never mind being asked to not come back. Okay.
yeah. So anyway, so all
Yes.
of our new viewers, we really appreciate you guys checking us out, and we hope you enjoy it, and we hope you get something fun or useful from our
Babbling on up
yeah.
here.
We didn't have a lot of technique stuff today, but that's something that we're hoping we'll do a little bit more of in the future, and
Except
maybe
for the duplicate stitch
Yeah.
for the person who can't read the color chart.
duplicate stitch is handy to have anyway,
It is.
because you can do some cool things. So if you don't want to do intarsia, but you've got a little
little
piece
piece.
that you want to do, it works out great for that.
Yep. Yes, it does.
But yeah, and we've talked about doing some technique videos and stuff if we can
Find the time.
sit down and do that. But yeah, we've got some classes, just to mention some that we're gonna do. One that I'm really excited about doing is a yarn substitution class.
Oh, that'll be good.
Because that's something that I do on a daily basis to help people find yarn for projects. But I know we've had a lot of people asking about it, so that if they have a pattern that they love and they're not sure what yarns to use, or they yarns get discontinued a lot,
Right.
or whatever the reason is why you want to use a different yarn, that's going to be, I think, a really great class. I might end up having to run it twice because I think it's going to be really popular.
Awesome.
So we're going to do that. We usually always try to do a beginning knitting class, some sock knitting classes. I'm going to do an intro to sock knitting class and probably another toe-up sock knitting class. That one has been popular in the past. And just going to do her felted dryer balls class. We got to figure that out, when to put that one on the schedule.
It's probably going to be like late November, early December.
Yeah, it'll be a good
Because I need
gift.
time to put stuff together.
Yeah, it'll be a good gift one too. So
Hence, last week, Kelly's like, "Are you gonna felt that?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing."
yeah. So keep an eye out
Still
for
in confidence, and everybody out there.
for the class list, and we may add a few more in. I'll at least schedule out what we know for sure, and I'm waiting to hear back from a couple other people that have expressed interest in teaching they're not necessarily knitting. I've got a spinning teacher I've talked to. I've got a dyer that I've talked to about doing some color theory class type things. Cool. And actually someone who does pottery.
Ooh. That's the button class.
The button class. So I've got I'm trying to see if they have time to get worked into the schedule.
Amazing.
I haven't heard back from them, but this is such a busy time of year, we may have to work those into late winter. So we're scheduling through the end of the year, and then we'll have another schedule that comes out that'll be, January
February,
through
March.
Yeah, exactly. So we're trying to do some fun and different things for you guys, and
Dryer balls. Felted dryer balls. It'll be super fun. What could go wrong? They're felted dryer balls. We will need to videotape that class. All right, it's probably time to sign off.
yeah,
This
we
is like
probably should.
spiraling downhill quickly.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for tuning in again, and you can catch us on iTunes, you can catch us on YouTube and our website and show notes. I put a link to show notes in the YouTube. I don't know, can we do that in iTunes?
I pull over the description. So
Okay.
if you've put the link up with the show notes, then yes, it
Then
goes
it goes
over
in.
to iTunes.
Awesome. And if for whatever reason it doesn't, if you go to our website and click on the podcast, there's a button right on the homepage that says podcast.
Yeah.
If you click on that, then the most recent episode will come up with the show notes.
Yep.
As long as I've done them, which I've been trying to.
Yep.
Last week's I did, and this week's are pretty much ready to go. So,
Yes, they are.
which is helpful.
Yay.
Yeah. So
Yay,
as soon
Google
as
Docs.
the internet decides to upload the video, we'll be all set.
I apologize that the last week didn't go live until Saturday. That's an internet topic for a whole other podcast.
But we will try to squeeze an episode in next week. I don't know if
we'll
it's going to
see.
happen or not.
We'll see what we can
but if it doesn't, then we will definitely be back in 2 weeks. And I will tell you all about my knitting retreat adventure then. And they do like crazy big swag bags, I've heard. I know the last one they did. So maybe I'll have some fun new acquisitions to show you.
Cool.
And can talk about the classes that I did and meeting Susan B. Anderson and Josh Bennett and Franklin Habit. So,
cool.
yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
So,
And checking out webs because I haven't been before.
yarn espionage.
Yarn espionage.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
So we'll see you
next time.
next time.
Yeah.
All right.
Next time works.
Yeah.
Bye.
Since I'm so good at editing now, we don't even have to break it apart. I just do my magic.
We can just let it go. I like the sound effects. You can start doing sound effects so we can record you doing sound effects for the podcast.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Are you off? You're totally off the screen. You're not off the screen? Okay. We're like the Gray sisters today.
Okay, well, even if I take this off, I'm wearing light gray underneath.
Yeah.
I look like I'm in a straight jacket. It's really funny. Oh.
Nice. All right, on that note, should we get started?
Kelly got so wild and crazy over Speckle Pop and tried to put her in a straight jacket.
Maybe that's our show title, Speckle Pop Straight Jacket. That's probably offensive to somebody. Okay. I'm serious.
Okay, we can do this.
Super serious. All right, we ready?
I'm not going to look at you or you in the monitor. Which actually, I meant to grab some, but...
Whoop! Oh, that's so going in the outtakes.
That was hilarious.
That was awesome. We got to figure out some new system here with the microphones.
We could just get one of the directional ones.
Oh.
We can't keep it together.
We can't. We're having some. Okay.
So, the yarn. Sorry for the